The Tote portable storage device here from Duha will be just that. An extremely durable gearbox for the bed of your 97 and newer F-150 that's gonna keep all of your tools, sporting equipment, guns, cleaning supplies, or whatever in one place and in organized fashion in the bed of your rig. The materials are going to be a very impact resistant polymer composite material here. It's going to include the red dividers and toolboxes that you see down below, and the 4 wheels here making moving this thing a bit easier, all for right around that $300 price point. Install will be as easy as lifting this thing up and into your bed, so call it a soft yet kind of heavy 1 out of 3 wrenches depending on what you have in this thing, and no more than a few minutes of your time. So Duha is a company that not only has a pretty cool name, but also produces a wide variety of storage solutions for your rig, including the piece we're talking about here today, all of which are proudly built here in the good old US of A. But since we do have their portable tote storage box on the table here in this video, what do you say we break this thing down a little bit further? So as this thing sits right now, guys, it's gonna be free to roam around the bed of your truck, but at the same time will also allow you to easily remove the box from your bed if you wanna take it, roll it around almost like you would with a hard suitcase. Now, that might be a bit of a turnoff for some truck owners out there, and I totally get it, right? You don't want this thing rolling around the bed of your truck, bouncing around, especially if you happen to take a turn a little bit fast. Now, I do want to point out on that same topic that Duha does produce a bracket, a slider bracket, that will basically secure the box to your actual bed while still allowing you to slide the box in and out of your bed, and that can be had for about 50 to 60 bucks. So if it were me, I would certainly be interested in checking that out as well. It will certainly make this thing a little bit more secure in the bed of your truck. But aside from the bracket or lack thereof, the box itself is built very well and does include a bunch of dividers, organizers, and even provisions for 4 guns in particular. Shotguns or rifles, doesn't matter, and even with or without a scope. If I can pop it open for you, kind of lean it forward, you might get a look down in there. If not, we'll get some extra footage for you guys, but it is pretty cool that this will allow you to transport your long guns with ease. Now you're also getting the 2 red dividers or trays that you're seeing down in front of the box there, and that's gonna allow to keep your smaller stuff organized, which, let's face it, is always nice because that's the stuff that typically just ends up everywhere, right? Now, in addition to that, the lid here does feature a rubber seal along the latch point, 3 latches to be exact. It is lockable, and that rubber seal is just gonna help keep any moisture out of the box, whether it be humidity, water, whatever, and keep your contents dry. Now, dimensions for the box will be 53 inches long here, 15 inches wide, and 15 inches tall, while the weight of the empty box is gonna be right around 35 pounds or so. So again, this isn't some Tupperware container here, guys. The tote is built very, very solidly. So much so that Duha is even willing to include a lifetime warranty with each box they sell. Now, obviously something like this, I would feel is best suited underneath a tonneau cover of your choosing, but that's not to say it is required. However, at that point, you have to think, guys, it's just kind of hanging out in the open if it's not covered for everyone to see, and might even be a soft target for wannabe thieves. So another reason to add that sliding rail from Duha if you really want to ensure that this guy stays put in your bed at all times. Now, as far as the installation is concerned, well, since this particular product does not include that slider rail, you're simply just lifting it up and into the bed. So 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter here, guys, and no more than a minute or 2 of your time to get everything up and into the bed. Now, if you do add that slider rail, at that point there will be more work involved, but for the box itself here, guys, very, very simple stuff.
All right, so the install really couldn't be any easier. We're gonna be putting the tote right in the bed of the truck. But let me show you some stuff on the inside first. So on the top you have these nice storage trays. I did put the liners in there so you can organize your tools the way you want it. And then underneath, you'll see that there's a couple notches for firearms or fishing rods or tackle. And there's also one that goes on the inside here, so I'll show you how that is installed as well. All right, to install your gun organizer in here, you're gonna wanna take one of your plastic stiffeners, slip it in the inside and bend it so you get it in there just like that. Take your foam insert that goes in the middle in between the 2 stiffeners, place that in there nice and evenly. You take your other stiffener, put one end in, and bend the other one in just like that. Should snap in, just like that. You can take your organizer here. All right, so once you've decided what side of the bed you want your tote to be on, you're gonna wanna make sure your latches are facing inwards towards the bed. We're gonna put ours on the driver's side. And then Duha will give you a strap to put onto your handle here. You just feed it through one way, just like that, and now you're able to pull it out. All right, that wraps up the Duha storage tote. For all things F-150, keep it here at AmericanTrucks.com.